Hi! Hello, everybody. Make sure I've got this centered right. Hope you're all doing well. I wanted to set up and talk about my Pokemon Home. My Pokemon Home goal. Because I am one of the reasons why I haven't been streaming much is that I am playing the classic games. I'm revisiting them, re-enjoying them for what they are, but also because I want to have a... Oh my god, my hair looks atrocious. What the fuck? Hold on. Oh. My hair looks atrocious. What is this shit? That looks a little better. Okay, so... I want to go back and play the old Pokemon games, but I also want to, like, enjoy the old Pokemon games for what they were. But one of the things I want to start doing is I want to create a Pokemon living dex of the Pokemon up until date. Okay? Here's where the complicating part comes in. There are checklists online. I've grabbed a couple. The thing is... each Pokemon that I want are going to be from their original source. They are from the original games that they were brought in from. So, these are Pokemon where, for example, I believe I have some from the original Pokemon Yellow in here for reasons I don't fully remember. But, regardless, I want to be able to... collect Pokemon from their original source material. These are all from Pokemon Sword. That is not going to work. This one's from Pokemon Home. They'll be kept in a separate box. I don't know where these are from. But as you can see... these Pokemon all on the bottom right-hand corner there shows the original games that they came from. Pokemon Sword is the primary one here. Here's the catch, though. I ain't doing that. I have Pokemon Yellow, and I can pull them from Yellow. Let's take a look at this one. Check summary. Johto region, 2016. Right? Some of these are from the Johto region. Some are from the Unova region. Galar region. Also, I don't know the difference. First met in the Galar region. Seems to have been first met in the Galar region. Don't know what the difference is. But there are Pokemon in here. Hoenn region, for example. I want to get these Pokemon from their proper respective first introduced regions. So all these Gen 1s you see, I want them all from Yellow. And the reason why I chose Yellow is because they're easier to access, of course, but also because they will be from their original source material and it is strictly for collector's purposes. No, not move. Check summary. Johto region. That is the correct Pokemon in the Johto region. Now, do I plan on making them battle ready? No. Do I plan on making them... perfect IVs? I'd like to. Some I can't. I have gnats, so if I start swinging my hands around, I apologize. But I want to start... These, the Johto region ones are fairly simple. Those are really easy to collect for me. And you can see these are shinies. Alola region. Unova. Johto. They'll say Pokemon Home. And that is because they're only available in Home. That can't be helped. That's just how their labeling system works. And that is perfectly fine. I have no objections to that. But what I want to do is have both a shiny living dex and have a living dex of them normal. And have them in some sort of organized chaos in order by element. I need a Poliwrath. But these are all from Sword. That's not going to work for me. Seal should work. I'm not going to take Pokemon from Let's Go Eevee. And Let's Go Pikachu. Because they weren't introduced in those. Whatever game they were introduced in, that's what I want it to be from. Why is there an Onix in here? Oh, that's Rocky! You are special. You go in the rock types. Hold on, I gotta fix this. I'll go fix this. Hold on. You are from Sword. So you can go in here. For those who don't know, this is the Pokemon you get from Johto, who is a... seems to have first met in the Johto region in the good old days on 8/2/23. This is what I want to have. Kento. 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 Does not count. Does not count. Kanto. You can see where I'm going with this. So I want these elemental types as well. So I'm about halfway through yellow. And that is perfectly fine. However, Halucha. Why do I have two? Are they from... See, a lot of these Pokemon aren't where they belong. That's okay. We're working on it. Now, once they're put in Pokemon Home, they cannot be transferred back to their original stasis. They can't be put back in their original games. So once they're transferred over, they're transferred over. What I'd like to do... and actually, let me do this real quick. Come on. No. I will catch you, fly. They've landed on my nose. It's so disgusting. Are we live now? Okay. I don't know why. Hi, Ketchup! Is everything coming in smooth? The OBS crashed. So I'm hoping everything's okay. If everything's coming through clean. It's going okay. I want to go over how I'm going to set up Pokemon Home because I want to create the ultimate Pokedex. Living Dex is what they call it. Everything seems good. Okay, cool. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Am I talking too loud? I may crash again. I don't know. Hopefully I don't. I don't want to restart my computer, but, you know, we'll get there when we get there. So, I am going to attempt to create the ultimate Pokemon Living Dex in my Pokemon Home. I have access to all the old games now. Which means I can now bring in Pokemon from those original games. Yes. So, right now, as it stands, I have Pokemon from games like Sword and Shield that are Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. What my goal is... so I have both shiny and regular Pokemon in my decks. Going with the normal Pokemon, I want to be able to put them in element order. If it gets to be too much, what I'll probably do is I'll sit here and reorganize and go in numerical order eventually. In shiny, I want to do backwards in National Dex order. However, what I want to do is bring them from their original games that they came from. So this one's in Johto. That is not correct. I want the one from Kanto. Johto region. Johto region. Johto. 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 Unova. Johto. Right? So... I want the games that the Pokemon were introduced in. With a slight caveat. Because... technically, if we really want to go there, we would need to transfer Pokemon over to Red and Blue and not Yellow, because they were introduced in Red and Blue. The thing is, it's easier to catch them in yellow. And the games are a little bit more clean in yellow. And they're going to be easier to mitigate. So, what I want to do is collect the Pokemon from their respective regions where they were first introduced, which means all the Pokemon from Kanto would be coming from Pokemon Yellow, including Mew, which you can get legally. You can plant. I'll have to go through hoops to do it, but I can do it. But I can get all 151 Pokemon from Pokemon Yellow, with some trading caveats, etc. Then go to Johto. Get all the Johto ones. It's one of the Game Boy games. Well, because technically, by definition, the Pokemon that they're introduced in would be Red and Blue. So technically, I should be getting it from Red and Blue. I have access to Red and Blue, but I prefer Yellow. Yellow is just a better game to me than Red and Blue. I find Yellow to be more enjoyable. And technically, Pokemon Home, as of right now, doesn't have any kind of like specific caveat of which game it comes from. Just that it's from that region. And when it's from, I'll show you what it looks like when it's from Pokemon Yellow. Let me see here. I know what it looks like. I just gotta find one. Let's go in here. See if we can find one. Here we go. Let's do this one. Check summary. So this one is from the Johto region. Not completely, correct. I want the one from Kanto. But on the bottom right of the screen, where it shows those stats, you'll see in a very faded, this says Pokemon Sword. On the bottom right-hand corner of the visual on the screen. If it's from a classic game, it's going to say Home, or it was a gift from Pokemon Home. Because when Home first released, we had special Pokemon that released in Home. This one specifically is from Home. And it only works in Pokemon Home. Technically, I think this one can go into any other game if I wanted to. But for the sake of preservation, I don't want to do that. So it's staying in this box forever. Some of these Pokemon might think are repeats. And you're partially right. But that's because some of these are event Pokemon from previous games when they had events that you would do. Some of the games, you can get event Pokemon. This Bulbasaur, for example, is a Pokemon Home Pokemon. This Punkaboo is the Halloween 2004 Punkaboo. You'll see that I'm trying to collect every variation of Pokemon. The next one I'm working on is all creamy. Because they have a lot of versions of all creamy. I have, as well, let me look here. Where are my bugs? Fighting. Bugs. You will see all of these guys. Now, these two are event versions, so I just let them sit in the same box. But these are all from... what version? The Alola region. I believe that's when Vivillon was first introduced. I believe that's when Vivillon was first introduced. So, let me see. I can't spell. V-U-V? No, honey. Vivillon first introduced in what game? Pokemon X and Y, which technically means I have this in the wrong game, from the wrong game. But it's not hard for me to get them. I have ways. But, even if they're from the wrong gen, these are trade fodder. People want these. Kalos region. Kalos region. Because there was an event Pokemon. These are all Alola. But that's okay. They are trade fodder. I didn't realize they were X and Y, but I can fix that. Speaking of X and Y, I forgot to catch Skrelp. Well, shit. Oh, no! That's not good. The catch is as I've explained, the Pokemon has to come from its original game that it was introduced in. That means I'm not going to have repeats. So, I'm not going to put Charmander in there that's from Sword. I'm not going to put the new starters that are going to be in the DLC for the newest not Sword and Shield. The newest game that's out. Not Sword and Shield, it's the other one. They will not be repeated in the Kalos. This was a Pokemon Home gift. Or Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go does not count. The Steel Electric type Pokemon that was introduced in Pokemon Go is an exception. They will go in its own specific little spot based on the national dex. You can see a lot of my Pokemon were caught in the Kalos region. It's because of where I played a lot of the games. So, there are exceptions. This Haunter, I caught Perfect IV from Go. He is staying in the box because he is a special mon. He is staying with me because I caught him as such in Pokemon Go. Because he's a good boy. But I want the one from Pokemon Yellow to take his spot. So, that means when I catch their shiny versions, they also have to be from the original set. Here's the catch. Yellow didn't have shinies, so you might be thinking, oh, then put them in gold. No. You can actually capture the way that shinies worked in the old Pokemon games was based on their IV stats, or EVs or IV stats. So as long as you have the proper IV and EV stats in Pokemon Yellow, which you can do through special means, and then transfer them into Home or Gold, they will remain shiny, and they will remain. I need to test this. They should still be from the original games. It should still say Yellow. It should say Yellow. I need to test it out, though. So, I know about this stuff because I've cheated in Pokemon for Pokemon Stadium 2, and sometimes I made them shiny. Did you hack them into Stadium 2 to make them shiny? Because I'm not going to say what I'm doing for the sake of legality's sake. I'm not going to. But I want to this one was found in the Johto region in the good old days. That is not correct. You'll see the Game Boy symbol. That means it was caught from the old Game Boy games from the Virtual Console. It needs to be caught from the Kanto region. That is my goal. That's what I want to do, is have this ultimate dex going backwards of the shinies. And then you have these. These are the normal versions of these guys. Which actually, I wonder if they're from... I think these are X... Nope, these are X and Y. Oh, you cheated them into Pokemon Stadium? I didn't have a cheating device back then. These guys need changed. I need to change these guys. I need to change them, from Alola to Kalos. They're actually from the Kalos region. So I need to fix that. But you can see what I'm trying to do. And that is the goal. Now you might be asking, how do you plan on keeping track of all this? Well, I have a lovely little, I'm gonna rearrange. Give me a second. National Dex. This is the National Dex, and they're color-coded to what region? This does not include variations. This just is the most recent, up-to-date version of basically the Ultimate Dex. There is 1010. That is going to be for the normal Pokemon that I have to get. This does not include variations. I've got a feeling I'm gonna have to change how I set up my Pokemon box because there are so many Pokemon that are certain types. Like, look at the bugs. So many bugs. Look at ground types. And these are in chronological order and spaces given to Pokemon who need to fit in there yet. Like, they're not gonna fit. I may have to adjust this accordingly and may have to put them in actual order, which would make the most sense, I think. I think that would make the most sense. Yeah. So, that is going to be my starting. Now, as per usual, just because I'm not going to check the ones that are live and not from their proper games. They don't count. They have to be from their original game they debuted. The game they debuted. So, those Floettes, I can't use them. They have to come from the X and Y Kalos regions, which I'm replaying. But that's not hard to fix. I can use them as trade fodder. There are Pokemon that I'm probably never going to be able to get because of the recent games. I'm not cheating in the recent games. I'm not cheating, you know. And so, in the recent games, I'm going to need help collecting them because I don't have the two newest games. So I only have, what do I have? I have Scarlet, Sword, Arceus. Right? So I would need help on those pairing Pokemon to make sure I have that version. The other thing is, if a Pokemon has an alternative form, such as whether they are male or female and they look really different, what I want to do is have the one version, either boy or girl, doesn't matter, be for the regular Pokemon, and then the female will be the other Pokemon, unless there is a drastic difference between the two. This has just been since the game came out, the system came out in 2018, and I'm playing the old games, getting them transferred into Pokebank, and I'm going to work on that. That being said, I want to stream the old games, but it won't work. Unless I can find a way to change the coloring on the screen, because for some reason, the wireless way of doing it, unfortunately, with virtual console versions of the game that are on 3DS, do not work correctly. The color gets distorted, it looks weird. I don't want to do that playing it on stream. But I would like to stream my adventure of playing it. Relive my childhood, but I can't. It looks weird because the colors are all messed up. With that being said, that means that all of the games that I would be playing up until Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, no, until Black and White 2. No, it would be Yellow, Crystal, Emerald. Because after that would be Fire Red Leaf Green. After Heart Gold Soul Silver is Diamond Pearl Platinum. And I don't know how that's going to handle on the Virtual Console with the wireless streaming version that I have in the computer that allows me to wirelessly stream from the 3DS. I don't know if that'll change the colors or not. Because it's a DS game, not a Game Boy emulator version. That's basically what the yellow, red, and blue were when they were in the online store. The other thing I want to do, it was actually right before the stream crashed. I don't know why. I can't switch my camera over to showing correctly. But this, I don't know what to do with this yet. Because this is the onyx you get from training with a trainer. Training with a trainer. But he's from Johto. He's from Johto, so he wouldn't count. Do I want to keep those versions of the Pokemon? I kind of want to say no. But at the same time, I almost honestly don't care. But in this case, it wouldn't work because, you know, it wouldn't be from the right game. So I don't know what to do in that scenario, because I want to keep Pokemon that are traded within the game, where you have trainers who are like, oh, I have, do you have a Cubone? I want a Machoke. And it's like, yeah, sure, I'll get right on that. Cool deal, bruh. I'll be right on that. And whatever Pokemon I can't keep for whatever reason, that maybe they're not in the right game, they're not from the right, they don't have to come. Here's the other thing. They don't have to come from me directly, because if somebody has a Pikachu from Pokemon Yellow they want to trade me, as long as it's from the, as long as it is from not Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, but as long as it's from the original Red, Blue, or Yellow, I will take it even if it's traded, because it's from the original Red, Blue, and Yellow. I hope that makes sense. But you can see a lot of Pokemon here are from Sword. You can see I played a lot of Pokemon Sword. I got a feeling I'm gonna have to go through all of this. And it's gonna be one set at a time. It's gonna suck balls. The legendaries are in their own separate. Deoxys. Galar region. Doesn't count. Alolan Raticate. In the case of Alolan versions of Pokemon, in the case of different versions of Pokemon, their national dex is the same. You'll notice number 20 is the national dex. It will not go next to a normal Raticate. It will go at the very beginning of the Alolan set and go through that section's version of their dex. So yeah, it's not a perfect national dex, but it's going to allow the Alolan Raticate to be with the rest of the Alolan Pokemon. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's not going to sit next to a regular Raticate. That's also not really fair, because that means every time there's a new Raticate, I got to scoot everything over. And that's just impossible. Yeah, it's going to go with the rest of the Alolans, and it'll go through its version dex. This is from Alola. Also, Butterfree Shiny looks so fucking weird. That is from a event. This is an event. This is an event. Beldum. I'm going to stick them right there because I don't know where else to put them for the time being. Starting to notice there's a slight delay in my... Let me see here. Raticate. This is an Alolan Raticate. These are the special event Pikachus that you were able to get, I believe, in the Kalos region. I want to get all the Rotoms. I want to get all of the unknowns. All of the unknowns, both shiny and regular, from Crystal. That is the goal. Because there will be 2 that are from Arceus, because that's when they introduce the 2 unknowns that are exclamation point and question mark. So they'll be the only ones that do not fit that category, but they will be in their separate box. They will be in a completely separate box, for simplicity's sake. So you'll notice the numbers will be off when I finish. God, who knows how long this will take. My God. But, you know, it'll just take time. Hoenn region. Whee. So what do I want to do now? I don't know where to start. That's my problem. What I want... Okay. That's not fair. Also, this is from Pokegens. I'm not keeping it. But they make great breeding fodder. And quite frankly, I'll never use him. And I'll delete him. But he'd be great breeding fodder for people. Don't use bot Pokemon. Fuck. It's a goddamn gnat clawing around. Hi, honey. Can I help you? Come on. Do you want to see Squall? Come here. He's a cuddle. Sniff. Come here. Come on. Come on. She's just looking at me, winking. Come here. The Squalls. The Squalls is here. She's been very good. She's been a very good girl. She's a very happy girl. She's been a very good girl. Look at the Squalls. You're so good, baby. That's a good baby. That's a good baby. I am a good girl. It's what I do. You are purring right through my arms as per usual, sweetie. You are purring right through my arms. Look at the precious baby. Look at the precious baby. Look at the precious... Oh. So squinty eyes, baby. Look at the precious little baby. Look at her. But I think this is an accomplishable goal. If I go one gen at a time. Get all the Kentos out of the way. Get all the Johtos out of the way. Look at the precious baby. Look at her. Oh, you're looking at the ring light? I love you. I love you so much. You're a sweet baby girl. And you steal the show every time I grab you. Every time I grab you, you steal the show. Look at those precious paws. Look at this precious little angel that the creator sent my way. She is just whipping her tail. Aww, look at her. Look at that sweet baby face. Look at that sweet face. Look at that sweet face. Look at this baby. Oh, you want down? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. You just want some loves. Give you some forehead. Give you a massage. Wow. Okay. Look at the precious baby. Look at the precious baby. And we have a cattail. One of my first emotes, I swear to God, is gonna be a cattail that wiggles. These are all tradable. If anybody wants these, they are up for trading fodder. You're so sweet. Precious baby. Alola region Snorlax. I think this is a... Yeah. I want to say that that is a secret event Pokemon. Oh yeah, I want to get release these. These I have no purpose. Release. Pokeflash.co. That is getting released. This is a... Check summary. That's the evolved form of Poiple. I can't remember... What does that one symbol mean? I don't need it. No, wait. Can you breed Ultra Beasts? I want to say you can, but I can't remember for the life of me if you can. I can't remember if you can raise Ultra Beasts. Also, I'm fascinated by the fact that these can be transferred into Pokemon Sword. I am so fascinated by that. And I want to know if these can evolve. Which is another thing I want to do, is I want to evolve the... event Pokemon. Kalos region. Also, before anybody says anything, I will not be collecting Spindas. There are over 1 million variations of Spindas, and I am not doing it. We don't even have enough boxes. We don't even have enough boxes for, all the variations of Spinda. And not that they would even show anyways. They might show in-game, but that's about it. Not that it would even matter. Unova. I think that's when they were introduced. All the Unova Pokemon. Also, I don't know if you can collect... all of the Zygarde forms. I would really like to know if you can collect Zygarde forms. I don't know if you can. Because I would like to have one of each stage. That'd be cool. I would love to have one of each stage. Shinies are going to go away. Johto region. Oh, that's from, Heart Gold Soul Silver. I was so confused. Like, wait, why is that one in Johto region? Heart Gold Soul Silver. That's why. I was, like, very confused for a second. Oop, what happened to my music? Yes. Okay. Johto region. Johto region. Johto region. Kalos. Kalos. Okay. Johto region. Nose. Okay. Even though not all these are shinies, that's still beside the point. Okay. 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 Ah, yes, Calyrex, because I can't take them as together. I have to split them apart. Hey! regrets. Toss down, 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 down. Gotta go. Thanks for streaming. Have a good night. You too, dude. I'll catch you later. I think I'm gonna head off too, so I can kind of. I just want this on record. How I was planning on doing all of this. I'll catch you later, dude. You take care, alright?